Can I send my deepest sympathy to the poor gentleman who had to put his dog down tonight, have his dog put to sleep? Yes, that's Keith earlier on. Very sad. Alan, sorry, beg your pardon, Alan. I had to have my beautiful boy put to sleep 4 weeks ago, and I still can't sleep. I don't think anyone can appreciate or understand how hard it is to maintain a healthy weight unless they've had weight problems. I've struggled with my weight all my life, and finally at 54 I took the plunge and had a gastric bypass. It's totally life-changing, and I don't think I actually realised the impact, but it is the best thing I ever did. I have mental health problems and I have severe depression, but having lost 70% of my excess body weight, I do actually now have better body image. Thank you, Karen, for your lovely words about the programme as well, and that's a really good news story for you. I wish you well. Thank you to David in Leicester, who writes, Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac gym was an entirely different beast to that of its 70s incarnations. His devotion to the blues pioneers and wish for artistic authenticity probably spared him the status of wealthy pop star, but gave his creative output greater credibility. However, influenced by his drug taking, he clearly showed a social conscience that meant the trappings of fame were secondary to the purity of his musical ideals. A legendary player and sensitive soul, songs like Man of the World showed a vulnerability, and sales of Albatross benefited charities, qualities and gestures that stand the test of time. A true great who will be sadly missed. David, what a brilliant email, sir. Thank you very much indeed. And John in Manchester says, Jim, can you please tell the team to remember the internationally renowned CP told. Okay, thank you for that, John. Right, let's continue. It's Emma in Coventry. Hello, Emma. Good morning. Oh, hello, Emma. Are you there? No, we've lost the line to Emma. We'll try and get Emma back in a moment or two. Right, Susan is in Ipswich next. Hello, Susan. Good morning to you.
Hello.
How are you this morning, Susan?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Now, diabetes type 2. What did you want to say about that this morning?
Yes, I had 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and 2 years later, I have now reversed it. I am no longer on my tablets. They've taken me off that, and I've lost 7.5 stone.
7.5 stone?
Yes.
My goodness me. Right, okay. Talk me through that process then.
Well, when I was diagnosed, it was a bit of a shock, and I was a bit horrified, and I said to the doctor, I'm going to do something about this now. I said, and she sort of rattled off all the things that could be wrong with me while I've got diabetes. And I'm thinking, well, I've got to get rid of this. So I came home, and everything in my cupboard that contained sweet chocolate biscuits and anything else went straight into the bin. Anything contained sugar, straight into the bin. Went shopping, and I bought all healthy options and fruit. And that was the only thing. So from 2 years ago, I have never, ever eaten anything sweet. So 2 years, nothing sweet.
So, and you're talking about processed sugars there, because obviously apples are sweet, aren't they? But they're not. It's a natural sugar as opposed to a chocolate.
I can eat natural fruit. Well, I can eat natural fruit. I can't have grapes. I can't have fruit that contains a lot of sugar. So I eat a lot of strawberries, raspberries, things like that.
So hang on, that's interesting. So grapes, no; strawberries, yes. People will be wondering what the difference is.
It's too much sugar in grapes.
Oh, right, okay.
You see, so I can't have them.
Clearly, if you had cupboards full and drawers full of chocolate biscuits and cake and so on before, it was a
Oh,
intake.
You know.
Go on, sorry.
No, I would regularly. I was the biggest chocoholic sort of thing. Anything covered in chocolate, and it would be in my home, and it was gone within an hour.
Right.
You know, it was just.
So how did you manage the cravings then, and the sudden cold turkey approach to getting rid of all of that stuff from your life?
I think at first, because I got diagnosed 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh my Goodness me.
And I'm thinking, what am I going to do now?
Worst time of year when you've got buckets full of chocolate. I mean, honestly, this gets me every year, Susan, when they bring out not just boxes of chocolates, but buckets full of chocolate.
I know.
And you just think, oh,
and gatos and God knows what else.
Oh, it's so...
But I thought if I can get through Christmas, I can get through the rest of the year. Right? And I decided for my Christmas treat, I would go out and buy Marks & Spencer's cheese straws. Right? That was my treat.
Very nice.
But I had to be strict. I had to be thinking what it could do if I don't. So that put me on the road to the fact that I had to do something. And I had a good support from my hair care assistant when I went to see her every 3 months, and she weighed me. And she was pushing me as well. So on that aspect, and I was walking more, so therefore it gave me the confidence to go more. So each day was a bit more and more and more, and it worked. But I had to be strong. I hadn't got a day where, I'll just cheat on this day. You don't do that, because if you do, you fall back into old habits and you're back where you started. So you've got to be strong.
How did you feel then on the day you were told essentially your type 2 diabetes was in remission?
I could not. I need to kiss the doctor, to be quite honest, you know, because she doesn't know how much a life changer she has done for me. That 7.5 stone that I have lost has changed me. I was telling you the person I was speaking to before, when I went to the dentist earlier on last year, and I went to see her, and I went upstairs to see her. I got into the room, and she stared at me, and she asked me what my name was. And I told her my name, and she said, she said, I don't mean to stare. She said, but I didn't recognise who you were. That's why I asked you your name. You've changed so much. I didn't recognise you.
So it's clearly
she said, how much weight have you lost? And I said, 7.5 stone. And she said, God, she said, no, you were so changed, unbelievable.
I'm surprised they haven't
and
put posters of you up on the wall. Yeah, I bet it has. I mean, you probably have almost literally a spring in your step now, do you?
I have so much energy. I mean, I went in Monday to have my blood pressure checked. The healthcare assistant says, you can't sit still. She says, you've got so like a wind-up dog. She says, it's waiting to spring. She said,
and you put that
different.
all down to just cutting out processed sugars from your life and watching.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Susan, congratulations. That's really, really incredible. What a story. Okay, 0800 731 2000. Seriously, let's cut through all the noise on weight loss and just tell me properly, how do you seriously lose and manage your weight? 0800 731 2000. Right, we'll try and get 2 calls in here before the news. Boyd is in Cardiff, and we're going to Barry and Preston in a moment, both first-time callers. Boyd, let's start with you. I know you wanted to talk about Peter Green, and Barry does too. We'll bring him in a moment. But good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you.
Thank you for your call. Go ahead.
Peter Green passed away today. I'm 69, and I remember the Fleetwood Mac, the original Fleetwood Mac, incredibly well in my teenage years. They were one of the great bands. I still regard them as one of the great ever bands. Peter Green was truly, truly great